Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Game. Today we're taking a look at Ikoria Lair of Behemoths, doing our set review. This is the 84th expansion in Magic the Gathering. It was originally scheduled to be released on April 24th. However, due to the 2020 coronavirus, the paper release was advanced to April 17th for Asia and delayed until May 15th for other continents, while Magic Online and Magic the Gathering Arena will still release on April 16th. Despite this, cards will still become legal in standard format on April 24th, the original release date. Ikoria Lair of Behemoths is all about building your own monsters. This is represented by the keyword ability Mutate. You can mutate a creature you control by paying the mutate cost and placing the card above or below a non-human creature. That creature gains all the abilities printed on the card with Mutate. A creature can be mutated multiple times. Mutate was first released on a card called Surgeon General Commander in Unsanctioned. The set also introduces the mechanic Companion. The Companion ability lists a deck building rule. If your starting deck follows that rule, then the legendary creature can serve as your chosen companion. Once during the game, you may cast your chosen companion from your sideboard. If your companion dies, it doesn't return to the sideboard, but instead goes to your graveyard instead. The set makes use of keyword counters. These were first introduced on a test card in the Mystery Booster set called Recyclabird with flying counters. This set uses 12 different counter types, 13 including loyalty counters. The others are as follows: Bounty, Foreshadow, +1/+1, Death Touch, First Strike, Flying, Hexproof, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance counters. Note that Double Strike and Indestructible counters only appear in cards in the C20 set and not the Ikoria set itself. Some creatures gain variable ability counters, and tying into the theme of granting keywords, there are several creatures that reward creatures with particular keywords. A keyword is like a cleric, right? Or a beast cat. It will be a subset of the card type. So if it's a creature, it's going to be a type of creature, right? Whether it be a human, vampire, something like this. So this is a keyword. So some of the cards in the set will grant things for cats or humans, right? Like humans get +1/+1, for example. Ikoria Lair of Behemoths also features the return of Human Tribal, Hybrid Mana, and Cycling. Color-wise, the set is enemy color themed, leaning into wedges for the Apex Predator legends and associated triomes. Unlike Khans of Qatar, this implementation of wedges focuses on the common enemy colors. Example for the white, black, blue wedge, Indatha is primarily black, while Abzan is primarily white. Additionally, there are no 3-color cards below rare rarity, and fixing is less prevalent, sculpting a format where enemy pairs are prevalent and the allied pairs are more probable than wedge decks. I am live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. You can also jump in our Discord, link in the description below. We have a flourishing community of over 500 members, and we're actually giving away almost $3,000 worth of gems in cash prizes through our communities tab of competitions and giveaways. Everything from brawl tournaments, artisan tournaments, meme tournaments, clips and highlights. Literally, we have a ton of things going on. You can involve yourself with whatever fits your fancy. So be sure to like, follow, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of our future uploads. And then most importantly, jump in the Discord. With that all being said, today we are looking at mono white. So let's get into it. You can view all of the card spoilers right now on magic.wizards.com. Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. It's just an article given to us by Wizards, giving us all of the cards and their spoilers. So I really recommend, before you start playing the limited series, that you do check out all these cards, read through them for yourself. It's going to take a couple run-throughs to really familiarize yourself with everything and start building an image of what the meta is going to be in your mind. With that all being said, if you are interested in playing limited, we will have a limited review in the future, the following days. So be sure to hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as that comes out, you guys. With that all being said, let's get into it. We are looking at mono white today and starting off with Blade Banish. This is an instant spell for 4, exile target creature with power 4 or greater. Not so great. That's below average, I'd say. Pretty good in limited though. Checkpoint Officer for 2. This is a 1/2, and you can pay 2 plus tapping it to tap target creature. This is much like Giant Killer, right? But without the destroy target card 4 or greater. So I don't really care for Checkpoint Officer so much. Coordinated Charge for 5, and instant spell. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Cycling for 2, which means pay 2, discard this card, and draw a card. Again, I don't like this card unless you're getting some value from cycling. This is way too expensive. We have Phalanx Tactics, which is strictly better than this. Moving on to Club Warden, our first rare. This costs 4. It's a 3/5. You can mutate it for 4. Whenever this creature mutates, create 2 1/1 cat creature tokens with lifelink, and he himself has lifelink. So this is pretty cool. This is going to do a lot of work in limited and could potentially fit into some spicy janked brews in standard. Day Squad Marshal for 4. This is a 3/3 human soldier. When Day Squad Marshal enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier token. So you're getting 2 creatures for 4. Really good in limited. Probably won't see any play in standard. Divine Arrow for 2. Divine Arrow deals 4 damage to attacking or a blocking creature. So that's pretty decent, especially in limited. Draenith Healer for 2. Whenever you cycle another card, you gain 1 life, and he himself has cycling, and he is a 2/2. So normally 2/2 for 2 is base value, and then anything on that is bonus. So this is not too terrible of a card. Could fit into a weird cycling janked up brew, right? Draenith Magistrate for 2. This is a 1/3 human wizard. Your opponents cannot cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Oh my god. That is oppressive, you guys. This is going to fit right beside a Teferi. It's a rare, so it's going to be a little expensive on those wild cards, but this is a very good card. Moving on, Fight as 1. This costs 1. It's an instant. Choose one or both. Target human creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Target non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible until end of turn. So that's really cool if you've got like a human beast combo deck. Flourishing Fox, also for 1. This is a 1/1, and whenever you cycle another card, put a 1/1 counter on Flourishing Fox, and then he himself has cycling for 1. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good value on common. Garrison Cat. When Garrison Cat dies, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and he is a 1/1. So that's 2 1/1s for 1. Very good base value, similar to a Hunted Witness. Helikia Glider for 3. This is a 2/2, and Helikia Glider enters the battlefield with your choice of flying counter or first strike counter on it. Decent. Look at that little nightmare squirrel go. That art is nasty. Huntmaster Logger for 4. This is a 3/4, mutate cost of 3. Whenever this creature mutates, other creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Interesting. The mutate's a little expensive, but if you could do this multiple times, like 5, 6, 7 times, pretty cool. But again, that's unlikely. That's a very expensive situation. Imposing Vantressor for 6. This is a 3/6 with Vigilance. Cycling for 1. Not a bad limited blocker at all. Very expensive though. Keensight Mentor for 3 is a 1/4 human cleric. When Keensight Mentor enters the battlefield, put a Vigilance counter on target non-human creature you control. So we're talking about the Beast Human combo deck there again. You can pay 2, tap it, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control with Vigilance. So that's not bad. And look at that little monkey checking us out. Oh gosh. Lava Brink Venturer for 3. This is a rare card. It's a 3/3. And as Lava Brink Venturer enters the battlefield, choose odd or even. 0 is even. Lava Brink Venturer has protection from each converted mana cost of the chosen value. That is interesting. Very much so. I like it. Light of Hope for 1. This is an instant spell. Choose one. You gain 4 life. Destroy target enchantment. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Luminous Broodmoth for 4. One of my favorite cards of the set. Flying. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. And it is a 3/4. I mean, absolutely crazy. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. Not even return it to the battlefield as a 1/1. Just full strength return. I can't handle it. That is a mythic though, so that's going to eat our wildcards up quite quickly. I hope we all pull about 2 to 3 to 4 to 10. Actually, just 4 copies. We don't want 10. We don't need any gems. Anyway, Majestic Auricorn for 5. It's a 4/4 with Mutate for 4, Vigilance, and whenever this creature mutates, you gain 4 life. Manned Surveil for 2, Vigilance 1/4. just a vanilla card here. Mythos of Snap Decks, a rare for 4, a sorcery. Each player chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control and sacrifices the rest. If Rakdos was spent to cast the spell, you choose the permanents of each player instead. So I'm not really into sacrificing my own things, but it would be cool to choose which things that your opponent has to sacrifice, right? That could be cool. But again, I'm not really into sacrificing my own things unless I'm playing a Rakdos sacrifice deck, in which case we now have to introduce a double white to it. That could be risky biscuits and unlikely to happen, right? So moving on, we have Pacifism, enchanted creature can't attack or block. We've seen this before, it's just a new copy, a reprint. Petega Tiger, flying. When Petega Tiger enters the battlefield, target human you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Perimeter Sergeant for 3, this is a 3/2. Whenever Perimeter Sergeant attacks, other humans you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. We have Sanctuary Lockdown. This is an enchantment. Humans you control get +1/+1. You can pay 2, tap 2 untapped humans you control, tap target creature and opponent control. So it could be cool in a token deck, right? Savvy Sabertooth for 2. This is a 3/1 vanilla creature. Pretty cool. I always love my 3/1s. Snare Tactician for 3. This is a 2/3 vanilla. And oh no, never mind. Whenever you cycle a card, tap target creature and opponent controls. Interesting. So we do have some cycle functionality there. Solid Footing for 1. This is an enchantment aura with flash. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 as long as an enchanted creature has vigilance. It assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Splending Mare for 3. This is an elk unicorn 3/3 with lifelink, cycling for 2. And when you cycle the Splendor Mare, put a lifelink counter on target creature you control. Spontaneous Fight for 3. This is an instant spell. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Put a flying counter on it. Stormwind Caprador for 3. This is a bird goat, 1/3 with flying. And if non-combat damage would be dealt to Stormwind Caprador, prevent that damage and put a 1/1 counter on Stormwind Caprador for each 1 damage prevented this way. Swallow Whole for 1. This is a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast the spell, tap an untapped creature you control, exile target tapped creature, put a 1/1 counter on the creature tapped to pay this spell's additional cost. This is one of my favorite uncommons of the set. Valiant Rescuer for 2. Human Soldier, 3/1. Whenever you cycle another card for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and then his cycling cost is 2. We have a Vulpicate. This is a bird fox. With flying, he's a 2/3. Whenever this creature mutates, put a 1/1 counter on it. Not bad. And then finally, we have Will of the All Hunter for 2. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's blocking, instead put 2 1/1 counters on it, cycling for 2. Discard this card and draw a card, right? So what were your guys' favorite cards in mono white Ikoria Lair of Behemoths? I can tell you mine right out of the get-go. My top favorite common we looked at just recently, Swallow Whole. As an additional cost to cast the spell, tap an untapped creature you control, exile tapped creature, put a 1/1 counter on the creature tapped to pay this spell's additional cost. So that's a really cool card for mono white. That's probably my favorite uncommon. And then my favorite mythic rare, obviously, was Luminous Broodmoth. And then I think my favorite rare might be the Brink Venturer. We were kind of flirting with Dranith Magistrate, which probably actually gets the nod for my favorite rare just because of how oppressive it goes. I'm an aggro player, so I like to attack and kill my opponent, but this is going to fit nicely in a hybrid control deck, you guys. So there we have it. We have the Luminous Broodmoth gets top mythic, Dranith Magistrate gets top rare, and Swallow Whole gets top uncommon. For me personally, in Ikoria Lair of Behemoths mono white. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of our future uploads. And let's get into mono blue. We are live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I love the company. You can also jump into our Discord, link in the description below. We have over 500 members now and plenty of activities for you guys to partake in. We have monthly tournaments, just general like meme competitions and highlight clips from the internet. So there's plenty of things to do that don't rely on a full collection, right? We have free to play tournaments with artisans, 0 res, 0 mythics, brawl tournaments that are friendly. It's not so sweaty of a environment. If you want to partake in those top meta tournaments, they're out there, you'll find them. But we just want to provide a fun place for you guys to hang out and partake in. So with that all being said, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your continued time and support. Most important thing you do is subscribe, hit that bell icon, give me the thumbs up. You know the routine, and we'll see you later for Mono Blue. If you liked today's video, be sure to check out some of our other content. We built playlists for our guides for beginners, and then we also have our greatest hits, which is a collection of our most popular videos. You can also subscribe if you're interested in winning up to 500,000 gems. So do that, tap that like button, send this out to a friend who you think might be interested in it as well, and have a great day.